business. Because the other day, ARP did another blog about your URL blocking battles and stuff. And this time, like, I think people get like me and you. It's like, bro, we're getting tired of hearing you come on here and saying this because he just did an event. I got like Bankhead beat Chef Trez on his event, and URL called Bankhead after that and was like, "Hey, we're gonna offer you some year contract." And he's like, "Okay, yeah." He's like, "But I guess they were like, but you can't bat on RBE during this whole year." And so he called ARP, and I guess that made ARP tight because so ARP did a blog and was like, "See, this is the type of stuff that ruins relationship with me." He's like, "Me and Cortez had a good relationship until he went back over there. They told him, no, don't come over here." Then he didn't. I mean, him ain't cool. Me and Shotgun Sugar ain't cool. But I'm like, okay, see that you taking a business situation and making it personal again, and it's like, what's the difference between somebody signing Nike, right? And say, but you can't wear Adidas shoes. Like, and if you get caught
Remember?
with that, like,
Remember, I think
remember
it was James
James
Harden or
Harden,
somebody
yeah,
was because he was wearing Jordans or Nikes or
and he
something,
got
and
caught.
Adidas was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And he had to stop because, bro, we paying you.
And like Jim said, and Jim's rock with ARP heavy, and he was like, well, and he's like, I'm gonna be honest, like, do I like a lot of that stuff? Like, no, but he's like, it's called power. And me and you just talked about this last week. URL got power, bruh. Like they built the foundation to have that power. Nobody told ARP to start a battle rap league. Like you could have won it. ARP a smart dude. He could have won in any other business. He was passionate about battle rap. So you gonna get mad because they playing a certain type of way that you don't want to play, and you
But
declare
it ain't
war
even
though.
just that. If we take it a step further, bruh, that's like, you know what I mean? That's like the XFL get mad at the NFL, but they recruit NFL players. Bro, you
Yeah,
went to
that
smack
couldn't.
events.
Yeah,
You went to
like
Smack events. You was there. You started
you was there.
booking battles that Smack wanted, but they were taking it cheaper on your league and doing one rounders and stuff. So you know, you took their back. You got to think. Besides, you could say kind of show off, but not really. Show off started making a
Yeah,
name
but
for
show off
himself.
had, but a lot of
He
these
had a
dudes
PG.
they already had PGs, but a lot of them just didn't come out because the battles wasn't good. So
Right,
this was before Smack was just dropping any and everything. So a lot of
right.
times, so what happens, they go to RBE, which how the ARP know them. I mean, you had to know they took these PGs. So it's like, bro,
Hmm.
you didn't. He built like a few people. Don't get me wrong. And this is my thing. Like ARP take it so personal when people are like, okay, yeah, you number two right now. You just ain't you ain't URL. Like let's keep it real. Like you ain't like a lot of, and I think it backfired on him this week because I think a lot of people getting like me. You was like, bro, like every few months. Here we go with this type of they do, bro. You've been trying to point this out for so long, but it's not working, bro. Like they are the head honcho. They got the power. They got caffeine now. Like you got to find a way to build your own leverage to where you can offer what they can offer. Because right now, the better deal, if you line battle rappers up and be like, okay, what do you want to take? This amount of money, this amount of exposure, or you gonna keep battling over there and we just ain't gonna book you no more? What are you gonna do?
And see, the correct way to go about it, really, if you were RBE, would have been to, instead of doing it behind their back and all this, would have been to be like their G League. You know what? Take Nora's position. You know what? I got this platform. I'm gonna get these up and
But
comers. Let them
but
snap. You know what I mean?
that's the road that they took in the beginning. But what happened was everybody, I don't care what ARP say. He could try to play the, because he loves to play the black ownership role and the nation this and that. But I'm like, you could do that card, bro. But Smack been in this bitch for a long time, and he could look at it like, oh, you starting the league trying to compete with me, like,
Right. Right.
So I'm like,
Right.
so they tried it that way, but then he started getting traction, just like King of the Dot did, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, now I gotta smack you back down and smack like, no,
Yeah.
nigga, this my shit. Cause he
Yeah.
showed
Yeah.
love to King of the Dot before. He's been the King of the Dot events.
Yeah.
But the problem is Smack in his mind, like, I don't really they brought me out here, but I don't really fuck with these niggas like that. And that's how they get King of the Dot. They seem like this is what I say. King of the Dot like Organic and ARP just seem nicer than what Smack and Beasley willing. They want to play nice, and Smack and Beasley like, nah, nigga,
Don't
this
want to do
our
that.
shit. They don't want
Yeah.
to do that. So you can't force these dudes to do it the way you want to do it. I'm like, bro, they been here. I'm like, Smack was shooting. Somebody had a line like that. Who had a line like that when it was
Oh
like
yeah.
Smack?
Oh my gosh. I think it,
It
it,
was
it was
fire
C3.
too.
C3.
Oh
She
yeah.
said, I've been in this since Smack. Oh, what she said. Oh man, I don't know. It was fire though. It was fire.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, but that's facts. I'm like, this dude was the camera before y'all was even thinking about starting no league. Or, he ain't know what he was doing. He's like, oh, I like this shit. That's what I like. So why would he? And Caps hit the nail on the head. He was like, okay, I'm a blogger, right? And I've been blogging for like 7 or 8 years. Battle Rap, URL, they've been around for 10 years. You know, before that grind time. He's like, but I've been. He's like consistently blogging for about 7 or 8 years. Why would a new blogger, why would I come out and be like, okay, I'm just going to give you the rub on my platform and give you the formula for what I've been doing after I done laid the foundation for myself for 8 years? He's like, ARP is like, I rock with you, but you got to understand something like, is you going to take this as a personal approach or you going to take it as a business approach? Because I guarantee you, if ARP was in that position that smacking him in, he would be
He be
doing
doing
the
the
route.
same thing.
Yes. It's just
He be
like
doing the
what he
same
wants
thing.
is to gain the ground. Like, bro, when you book Moot, you didn't know what the fuck you was doing. Like, the war was on. I'm like, bro, like you making a statement, that was a shot fired at them. Like, we booked Moot, y'all can't seem to get it done. They done try to book this nigga 3 times since then now. Like,
Hmm.
like they ain't
And even,
playing with
even
you.
bigger than that, bro. I remember Moot called them when he got booked over there
He
and
did.
said, "Hey, can y'all make it work?" And they couldn't make nothing work. So he was like, "All right, cool." You know what I mean? But so they looking at it like, all right. So that to them, I know they was like, all right, cool. This
Yeah,
it.
because if they anything like us, we'll see something like, okay, we got to step our game up. Like you ain't no, we not giving you no ground to this. Like you can't, because no, again, nobody told ARP like, bro, you knew how the game was. You seen leads come before you and die trying to go up against them. They've been blocking battles even when they was Black Ice,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
When Hitman tried to start a league, what happened? They
yeah,
blocked this shit. That's what like they
yeah.
was fighting about that. Like this is like ARP is thinking it like, oh, I'm RBE. We making noise. Yes, y'all making hella noise, but
Y'all
don't
are.
act like you the only league that they've been doing this to King of the Dot for years. Like, no, we gonna little boy you like this. You not finna get these battles that we want that was promoted. The only reason UW got Shotgun Shook and Hitman was because they just got tired of it at that point. It was just like, oh, you don't
Right.
want to do it, yeah. And then the battle turned out to be ass anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know. By the time it happened, like that, like animosity, all that had wore down.
Was
It's like,
gone
we
about it.
moving off
Yeah.
of it. But they had blocked that battle like 3 different times on other leagues because they was trying to book. So I like ARP, like this is not URL been doing this, and I'm like, you hopped in this shit off of something that they already have been doing. They not willing to work with other leagues. They showed that from jump.
Mm-hmm.
Like this wasn't just a Norbs thing. Like this was Smack them ain't fucking with y'all. Like Smack like no, I'm in this bitch to be number one. I've been doing this shit. No, y'all ain't coming in
And
here
you gotta
fucking
look,
with.
like you said, he literally came from the bottom. He had to write the blueprint. He had to make the mistakes. He had to figure this
Exactly.
out. You know what I mean?
And
These
then
other
they
people,
hopping in there to get money. So it's just
right?
like
Y'all hopping in with money already in. He been doing this since when it was free. So they look at it like, bro, no, like I've been doing this since it was free. So now that there's money in it, yes, I want all the money.
and
Yes.